A computer is an electronic device, operating under the control of instructions stored in its own memory unit, that can accept data, input, process data arithmetically and logically, produce information, output, from the processing, and store the results for future use. 4 operations performed. The 4 operations are referred to as the information processing cycle: input, process, output, and storage. Computers transform raw data into information. People who use this information are referred to as end users, computer users or users. Hardware versus software. Hardware is everything we can touch and see. Examples: monitor, hard drive, CD-ROM, computer cables, keyboard, mouse, modem, printer, etc. Software are programs and applications part of computer that cannot be seen, needed for computer to function, designed to solve common or custom problems. System versus application. Software consists of programs to control the operation of computer operating system, Windows, Linux, etc. Booting process, GUI, graphical user interface. Word processing software, electronic spreadsheet software, database software, presentational software, communication software, electronic mail software. There are 4 components to a computer: input devices, processor unit, output devices, auxiliary storage devices. Hardware is a general term for the physical objects of technology. It may also mean the physical components of a computer system, in the form of computer hardware. Everything you can see and touch in or attached to the computer is called hardware. Computer hardware components is all devices or equipment involved in the functioning of a computer. Computer hardware consists of the components that can be physically handled. The function of these components are typically divided into 3 main categories: input devices, output devices, and storage devices. Input devices enable the user to enter data into memory. Examples of input devices: keyboard, mouse, scanner, touch screen. Input OCR. The processor unit is comprised of 2 components: central processing unit, CPU, memory. Interprets instructions to the computer, performs logical and arithmetic operations, causes the input and output operations to occur. A Pentium Pro microprocessor can perform approximately 250 million instructions per second, MIPS. Intel, Advanced Micro Devices, AMD, Motorola, Cyrix x86 family of processors, 8080, 8086, 8088, 80286, 80386, 80486, Pentium, P5, Pentium Pro, Pentium 2 MMX, additions to the CPU programming that allow for better and faster multimedia tasks like graphics and sound. Usually measured in MB or KB, for example, 8 megabytes of RAM, 1000 kilobytes approximately equals 1 megabyte. 1 megabyte contains approximately 500 pages of text information. More RAM equals faster processing rate. Applications determine how much RAM needed.
RAM, random access memory. Computers' primary storage of data to be processed. Silicon chips that store data and instructions as electronic currents. CPU can manipulate electrical currents. Contents of RAM will be lost when power is turned off. RAM, read-only memory. Instructions and data are hard-coded on the silicon chips. Examples: BIOS, basic input-output system, gives computer the initial instructions to get it started once computer is turned on. Temporary holding area, where the system stores frequently accessed information, allows the processor to operate faster. Size measured in KB, e.g. 256K or 512K. Cache associated with the terms L1 or L2. L1 is internal to the microprocessor. L2 is separate from the microprocessor. Output devices make the information resulting from processing available for use. Examples of output devices: printers, computer screens, speakers. Also called monitor or cathode ray tube, CRT. Flat panel screens, LCD. Liquid crystal display screen is made up of pixels. also known as secondary storage devices. Examples of auxiliary devices: floppy disks, hard drives, CD-ROM, tape backup drives, zip drives. Secondary storage device able to store large amounts of data. Internal versus external storage measured in MBs or GBs. Access time measured in milliseconds, 9 to 28 ms. Compression programs are used to save storage space. Computer software is a general term that describes computer programs or applications. Related terms such as software programs, applications, scripts, and instruction sets all fall under the category of computer software. Computer software, or just software, is a general term used to describe the role that computer programs, procedures, and documentation play in a computer system. Software is developed and engineered. Software doesn't wear out. Installed onto a computer system provided either on an optical disc or other storage medium. System software helps run the computer hardware and computer system. It includes a combination of the following: operating systems, e.g., Windows, Linux, etc., utilities, disk defragmenter, antivirus, device drivers, etc. Programming software usually provides tools to assist a programmer and software using different programming languages in a more convenient way. The tools include compilers, debuggers, interpreters, text editors, and more.